Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And in this video, I wanted to talk about this article from Yahoo Finance. And the title reads, Verizon's communications might be having difficulty using its capital effectively. So in recent times, we just had the C-band auction. Then in not too long ago, about a year or two ago, Verizon purchased some of the millimeter wave holdings that they now own, which is some of the most in the entire wireless industry. And that was capital intensive. They had to spend lots of money to gain that spectrum. So they deviated from the model of not having enough LTE spectrum or spectrum during LTE to now owning some of the most high and mid band in the entire wireless industry. So yeah, T-Mobile does have a little bit more on that 2.5, and now that they purchased C-band as well. But if you combine that millimeter wave holding, which Verizon says they want 50 to 70% of urban traffic data usage to come from millimeter wave, and then you couple that with the C-band, I mean, that gives Verizon a very, very strong spectrum position, very deep too on bandwidth. And it's the C-band is clean and contiguous. They don't have to go lease it anywhere. They don't have to buy more. It's contiguous. It's contiguous spectrum. So that puts them in a very, very, very good position. Now, why would this article say having difficulty using its capital effectively? Well, many would say now that Verizon has spent the money on the millimeter wave spectrum and the C-band spectrum, which cost them about $53 billion after clearing costs. One would say that, hey, spending is going to slow. It's going to slow. Verizon is doing the complete opposite. They're continuing to apply pressure versus the industry. In markets where they've had a great network, it's getting better. And in markets that had a subpar network, it wasn't up to par, they're getting better in those areas now too. Maybe they're not adding sites or small cells there, but adding the spectrum effectively helps them open up the bandwidth and the speeds more in those areas as well. So is throwing money at problems effective? In this case for Verizon, it will be. Does their pricing model change in the future? I think it does. I think the 4G LTE pricing model will no longer be effective. Does that necessarily mean they raise prices? Maybe it does. Maybe they approach it to where you only get access to that millimeter wave and C-band spectrum by going with the unlimited premium choice. So I tweeted something out yesterday that I do think Verizon is going to announce in the coming months, it may be this year, it may be next year, in the coming months, Verizon does announce new pricing points and new plans on the unlimited. I do think they are going to cut back to about 3, maybe 4 plans, and they just give you a kind of like AT&T, that they have the elite, extra, and starter. I think that's kind of what Verizon cuts it down to. I don't think there's a need for the play more, get more, do more, the kids. I don't think there's a need for all those plans. It kind of causes confusion, I think. I think they have to streamline it more and just make it get more, play more, and then starter or do more, and then that's it. I think that's how they do it. I do think there's one plan, the most premium, where they do offer the kind of match the Magenta Max. I think they make it all unlimited, and maybe they include another perk or two. And I think that's how they're going to move forward. Do they raise price? I think they do. I think they raise it by about $10, in my opinion. And then I think they move forward with that. And I think that pricing model, it has to work for them. I don't think you can charge $120, $130 for one line. I don't think that's feasible at all. I think people will just move. Even the hardcore users may shy away from that. So I think $10, you still include the auto pay discount, the line discount, the 2 to 3 to 4 lines. And then I think you just move on from that. I think you have to initiate that, and then you make it very clear that the ultra wideband is only part of the more premium choice, and then you do have the sub 6 5G on the other plans. But I think when everyone is kind of in the midst of 50-50, like we want to put our half of our foot in but not all of it. That's kind of what I get from AT&T. They want to go in, but they only have half of their foot in. They're not going all the way in. And then you got T-Mobile that in 2023 is looking to reduce capex. So that's, I'm telling you right now, I don't care what you say, I don't care how you spin it. Reducing capex is a no-go. It did not work for Sprint. It's not going to work for T-Mobile. Will it make them competitive still and good based on their business and their strategy? Yes, they will continue thriving even if they reduce capex. Like I said, there's nothing I can do. If they keep gaining customers, if they keep making money, then there's nothing I can do. If it continues after they lower the capex, then that's fine. But their product will not, and I can guarantee it, will not be as good as Verizon's. And that's what they're shooting for. Verizon is continuing to spend 17.5 to 18.5 billion on annual capex. They did not lower it or raise it. They kept it at that. And then that extra 10 billion over 3 years is going straight to C-band, strictly. That's panels, radios, core, new baseband units, whatever is needed. That money is going to be funded towards that. So the regular capex allocation is going to go back into the fiber. So most of their bigger markets are going to have fiber their own fiber at the site, more sites where needed, small cells, millimeter wave, I mean, you name it. So they're going to be able to do a lot starting this year, next year, the year after, and the year after that. I don't see them lowering their capex at all. I don't see it. They're even talking about adding, for home internet, adding its own core to home internet. That's massive. That'll give the home internet user on fixed wireless a much, much better experience. So just keep that in mind as this article says, having difficulty using its capital effectively. I think it's using it very effectively. I think they're applying pressure. They're going to make money. Their margins are high, so they continue making money. Do they have debt? Yeah, they have debt. They're going in more debt. But just like we've seen with the Vodafone buyout, they can handle it very well. The company is ran very efficiently, and I think by 2030, they'll likely have most of that debt paid off. And then they continue moving forward into 6G or whatever's next. So let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below. Just wanted to kind of point that out, that the capital right now is cash intensive. They're applying pressure. Their network is going to get better and more dense. And they're going to continue scaling density and C-band and millimeter wave as well going forward. If you have been on the channel or you're new to the channel and you have not yet liked, shared, subscribed, make sure you do so. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when I do upload content. Make sure to follow the social media outlets for more updates and interactions. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.